is inevitable. Do MOUZ run from that destiny, or can they meet it head on? Melbourne, are you ready for a semi-final?
It doesn't get more classic than Dust2. Nuke, Mirage, if we need them. Falcons starting on the T side, looking to bring the heat immediately. It's right out middle. Smoke, Molly, Magisk making moves, and Falcons go late back to the long pop.
Let's go, Brolin. Give us something in this pistol. He's got the spot on the info. Who's they're all coming out longside? That is with the exception of Magisk, who looks to move in first, but can't get past Torshi. The rest of Falcons have been accounted for here. Brolin got that spot right off the top of the round, and so right now they're trapped on long with no place to lay their hat yet.
Oh, he crept under the smoke. Honestly, just missed it. Spidey senses tingling. MOUZ getting curious, starting to make a move in the mid-round, but this is all about the long pop. Torshi denied on a re-swing with a flash. Nico backstab. He looks for a second. Might just find it. Brolin getting out. Somehow, some way, this round's still on.
Wounded, hurting. Nico still on this hunt, but locked in the fight. Jimmy will find him down in mid. Kixan opens in the meantime. This bomb is still a chance to go down. Kixan keeps on pressing. Gets the spot off on both players. Info is powerful, but Kixan decides to try and fight this, a decision he might live to regret. Now, Tessa's had a great quarterfinal yesterday, but a 1v2 here. The reroute from MOUZ does lend Tessa's a little bit of time, but the shots have got to ring true. Gets it down to the 1v1. Tessa's one shot can end it, but Spinks, 1 HP makes all the difference.
And that's the kill that Nico couldn't finish. The frag on short, the Spinks got dinked. He gets out, he wins the round. Just about. MOUZ take the pistol. Ice Cold Vixen goes hunting for the kill and spawn, but Jimmy pulls all the way back with all the health, and it makes all the difference for MOUZ. A matchup that is nothing but one-sided. MOUZ have won it near every time. A frustrated Falcons on a force buy. We got m0NESY and Nico armed and always dangerous. Double long corner smoke. A little bit of wastage here in this round. Falcons have to do more with less.
Creeping up the catwalk, they're about to walk into this double setup. Torshi and Exertion ready for this exact move. m0NESY round the corner first, and that's the X factor. That's what Falcons haven't had in these previous matchups. Brolin felled as well. Kixan, Deagle opens, and that's the round for the Falcons. MOUZ are too far removed. They've got to bow out and save these guns, so already the Falcons bring the heat.
Does not take long, does it? Worst round to lose for MOUZ is the second, especially on CT side. They're going to be in the hole to start this half. And it could get worse if Nico gets away with murder. I mean, Dust2 is a perfect example of a map that Kixan's calling is very strong on, right? Happy to just commit to executes. Very gambly on CT. Not going to get too weird in the mid rounds, just get a grouped play going. And m0NESY in the pack finds a double entry. That's all it takes here for the Falcons. Clean. MOUZ are in that hole. Did they bring a ladder?
Falcons lobbed in that long corner smoke, but MOUZ played right through it, so they've actually got the info early that long is clear. Looking like a bit of a repeat of last round.
Yeah, there's no way they can lose this, right? It's only a deagle on this bomb site. Brolin's got an MP9. He'll have to stay long, and with no lurkers coming out, it's again this pack play called by Kicks, and they just explode into the bomb site. This should be Falcons on a silver platter finding a second round, and that entry makes it so.
Recommit to the save, right? For MOUZ, they just want to try and run back this round again in the next. Falcons up until now have shown mercy, but they kept that force by win very, very clean. And so there's certainly going to be a voice telling them to give this a look. You saw Nico having to quell those demons in the last round, but looks like they're going to respect MOUZ. Let them get out with these guns. Worry about building up their own money on this T side to open up. They're already in a very strong position, right? This is a lot of money built up for the Falcons. Brolin looking like he's going to go undetected. Bit of a combat save from the captain of MOUZ.
It's fine by Falcons. You know, they got 5 rifles saved forward. MOUZ only have 1. They're still struggling on the CT side until that first full buy comes through. This lets Falcons take a lot of claim over this game. Dust2 appearing twice in this series before, both times won cleanly by MOUZ, not even giving up double digits.
I mean, Kicksan's already trying to do some early conditioning here, right? It's once again another one of these long corner smokes lobbed in, but this time they actually play with it. And so for the time being, you know, Brolin still having called in to try and counter these back-to-back short hits has lent very heavy there on this limited, you know, saved purchase. So Kicksan gets all the room he was looking for. Fake smoke over in mid, but that won't fool MOUZ.
I like the flash play. Multiple MP9s as well. This could get a little bit weird.
Oh, this flash is late. They're already up ahead of it. No one aware yet. Magisk allowed free reign. Can't find a thing, but Kicksan will. One man still inside of the site. It's Spinks left to get past, and Tesses makes it look easy. Finds him from afar.
Perfect call. I mean, MOUZ are waiting for a warning. They're waiting for a sign to pop on that long smoke, but they hear nothing. They think maybe Falcons are faking, going to go for a second volley. They hold the flash. Falcons walk in and shoot them in the back. Just keeping it super simple right now. It's working wonders. 3-1 lead. Torshi just looking to do damage on the way out. And MOUZ will finally be able to fall by, but it comes at the cost of Falcons starting strong. Nice.
Get that all money, Torshi.
He could glass it, thanks to that. Man's done his research.
Brolin can't quite hold on. That's a lot of damage. Teammates now moving in. Exertion down in the pit. Torshi playing up close. His corner smoke down, but about to fade. And Torshi is very committed here. Gonna try and get back in time. He does elude the Falcons for now, and they still don't know about Exertion. They just heard a player run away, and so Exertion's gonna go unchecked for. Oh my God, this is the round right here. They line up. Battered, bruised, exhausted. Call that Exertion. 3 from the pit. And a perfect bait out of MOUZ to set him up for that.
Last player you expect there, right? CT player on rotation. MOUZ make a gamble, and Falcons go off of the nameplates, the kill feed. It lets him down. They call long clear a lazy check. And they got to pay the price. Tessus on the AWP. Looking for that long pick, and he's found Torchy. That's a huge scout to open up this round if they can get the mid kill as well. Nico, a couple of whiffs in this game so far. Maybe Tessus can carry them through.
A lot's going to go right for Tessus here. Timing's open on the smoke push, and yeah, Spinks just makes his play. Knows that Tessus has so much to consider there, closes the gap around him.
Damn. That's an artist.
The artwork here in Melbourne is sublime.
Perfect play for MOUZ, knowing the Falcons are going for these late long takes a lot. They abuse that fact. Back to the drawing board now for the Falcons. But it looks the same, quicker in fact, straight out long, going for the pick clear, kicks him full blind, he just shoots blind, and they find 3 kills in an instant. This round crumbles apart. How have they done that?
That is wild. That was not a fair fight out towards the long doors.
Can't say MOUZ didn't have a chance. There were 3 committed on the long corner. They made it into pit. You guys are funny. As long as you love yourself.
Go on, then it's a save. What else you got?
Don't worry, I heard there's some baddies in the arena. It's okay. You'll find them. 4-2 for Falcons. Full control, full long take, keeping it simple. Maybe too slow for this crowd, but they're having fun.
Yeah, well, it feels like the respect on these saves might be going away soon, right? Up until now, Falcons have felt fine letting MOUZ hold on to guns. But I think the forgiving nature of the Falcons will start to go away if they keep making this much money. m0NESY usually hits that with terrifying consistency, but you managed to make it across. Torchy holds for a peek down through mid. He's about to get smoked off this angle. Does have a nade to try and blow this open. m0NESY waits on the other side. No Warper gets to hit their shot yet. The Falcons will get the mid control they were hoping for.
Yeah, super spread, anti-eco, covering any plays that MOUZ want to make. The risk, of course, is just walking into a stack. But it seems like Falcons are doing their due diligence. Clear on middle, nice shot from m0NESY. Sees a leg, takes the head, Torchy dead.
And that's the big threat of this round gone, right? You see his name in the kill feed. You know you've made it very easy for yourself. They're ready for the ult pickup, but Exertion's been able to get it.
Tell me what you really think.
Exertion.
Nice.
Hang on a second.
They're going into
that
the
is going to send them over towards B, and that's where Jimmy currently resides, holding onto that hero gun.
Nico may be valuable in this round, but there's nothing you can do. They're committed. They're going to go into B. He'll have to backstab.
All right, Jimmy. This is a moment for you. A moment where you could turn the tide of MOUZ in this game. Answers the call for the first. A lot of damage done. Gun picked up for Spinks, but he can't keep it going. It's got to be exertion or it's nothing. Orp in his hands. Don's out from earlier. 10 seconds left. That shot sails past. Oh, no more chances for exertion. Good stuff for Kixan to keep that one in check. And a timeout brought in now for MOUZ. I wonder who you're supporting.
All right, it's been low money for MOUZ this entire game. They've been locked out by the economy. The pain of losing that second round still getting felt 8 rounds deep. A nice try on the eco, a couple of guns put to work, but this is where MOUZ have to start strong and start soon, or Falcons will be stealing away a dominant T-side lead on their map pick. It's only been Mirage and Ancient the Falcons have been able to take off of MOUZ. Trying to add a third map to that repertoire. CT side on Dust2 feeling so constricting right now for MOUZ, especially with the pace Falcons are playing at. Long take, finally given the way of MOUZ.
It's an area that early in this game, Falcons were contesting a lot, right? Just with that smoke, applying pressure there. And so it's been a bit of a given in these last few rounds that MOUZ kind of have to fight for that real estate. They have to confirm that no one's looking to get out the long doors. Short control again for the Falcons. Tessa's lobbing in lurk smokes over towards B. That's going to keep that duo of MOUZ over towards the B site. But bomb's still on Magisk, and he's at the long doors alone, so this doesn't feel like it can end there yet. He has juggled that bomb over. Magisk over towards long, that molly. Oh, it's missed! Brolin would have been cleared. Would have been known about, but he's just throwing it out the map, and so now Brolin has this little corner to exist in. Magisk falls. Opener secured for the captain of MOUZ. Now he leaves, and that's when Kixan looks to take up this position. Short control lost in the downtime as well. Falcons still have a plant here.
A great position. It just depends on how long Brolin holds his lurker for, right? Is he aware that Kixan threw the flash for Magisk, or did he just think that was a one-man army? Retake coming in. Kixan holds the big flank, and this is the perfect clear for Spinks. He needs the kill, though. Kixan looks away. He might have caught a whiff. Got him back in. Kixan with a kill, and now MOUZ are in trouble.
I mean, these players over towards long feel really trapped, and they kind of have to just battle forward now, knowing that they're on this timer. Exertion good for one in a 3-on-3, short control taken, even this long wrap out of Kixan. Falcons have very strong post plants. Someone's got to get on that bomb. There just isn't time for MOUZ to win this. Brolin might get all the kills. But when all is said and done, Falcons win the round.
No kit for MOUZ, no chance, right? Even though they get some really fast frags there on that retake. Good climb up on the CT box. Falcons are entrenched in the long position. They don't let them get back in. And this was an ugly molly for Magisk. Not sure what happens there, just clips and insta-pops. Nonetheless, does not matter. Falcons are building in this game. MOUZ can save their guns. They can't save this scoreline. Half won by Falcons.
Yeah, that pressure is not going away for MOUZ. They've been at the breaking point of the money the entire way through this CT side. It's been that way really ever since the game started. Finding success in the pistol and then immediately losing that follow-up round.
Ooh, careful with that peek. Odyssey almost takes a bite out, and Falcons go back to long because they just don't need to stop. They have no plans to. Huge refrag for Exertion. If that does not come through, this round is already over again, and it feels like so many have just slipped through MOUZ's fingers before they can even grab hold. Torshi has to do something here. Sniper coming in on the plat.
They need that breakthrough. They need that break point. Torshi just leaves the angle right as m0NESY moves in. And from bad to worse for MOUZ, Falcons are here. They've gotten past these smokes. Nades do nothing. Falcons bring it home. Magisk with one through the smoke. And the domination continues from the Falcons here on Dust2 to open up this semi-final.
Kixon must be having a great time, not just because he has some of the best players in the world on his team, but he is calling just a clean game right now and shooting to provide entries almost every time for Falcons. Makes his job so much easier with the closers Falcons have on this team. But when Long is this free...
I mean, Kixan's individual output is crazy, and he calls a really good game around it. Top in the charts right now.
Oh, no.
Kixan's almost feeling like what you would want a Nico IGL to feel like. Magisk with the hunt, and there are these saves starting to get denied down the tail end of this first half. The one thing that was letting MOUZ, keep these buys up. Oh, and it starts like that as well. Of course, it's on to Brolin.
Torshi's had some really awkward moments with his unscopes, his repeats. Been getting caught, even got out-awed by Tesses in one of these rounds. It's not the star factor he's been bringing to this roster for some time now. m0NESY spots that long push. There's a flash to boot as well, but Falcons are just sitting still outside the long doors. Their anti-ecos have been very slow, punishing MOUZ plays. Finally, one's made. 5v3 now, just going to walk it in. Oh, dude, it's so clean. Every kill, just like yesterday. Not making a meal out of any of these engagements of Falcons.
And it's mad to think, Falcons showing up Gamer Legion on the big stage. That feels fair enough. That feels par for the course. But coming into this, MOUZ, on paper, they were the favorites in this matchup. And this is why this Falcons squad is causing such a stir. They've got the reps on this roster to hang on the stages.
Yeah, right when it felt like MOUZ finally broke that curse of, right, oh, are they playoff chokers? Can they play in front of an arena? Well, we've seen winning in Cluj, second place in Lisbon. But this is not down to MOUZ right now. This feels like Falcons writing the script. Torshi caught again, gotta get out. Lucky to be alive. And Falcons with something different, a B-centric start. Perhaps just executing early in this round. Jimmy's got the block. What will Falcons do when they meet this?
I mean, this B side of the map is largely untested. Falcons gonna try and test the defense of Jimmy and Spinks. Spinks arrived in these playoffs in incredible form.
That's just making it sound like one guy. They have no idea what's coming.
So we need Spinks to showcase some of that form from the group stages. They're already up and past Jimmy. Jimmy holds the line with two, but still has to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. Getting overran. Jimmy still fighting back. And on for the ace! It's not about Spinks, it was Jimmy P. Can m0NESY put a stop to this?
You know he can.
3 players still to find, and fear creeps into the hearts of MOUZ when they look at who's still standing. m0NESY, not want to be trifled with, and not want to be underestimated. They all wait on the other side of these doors. 1P could seal it all, and there's that swing from Brolin to make it so, stopping him in his tracks. A sigh of relief for MOUZ. Jimmy's efforts not in vain.
Yeah, huge 4 kills from Jimmy on the B-bomb site. Spinks lets it down, but MOUZ just about looking for scraps at the end of this half. Even that repeat from Brolin is terrifying. You know you have to trade. You don't want to with m0NESY on the other side, but looking away finds MOUZ a 3rd round, finds MOUZ a buy to try and stop this gargantuan lead that Falcons hold.
Yeah, MOUZ are just looking for breathing room for a comeback in this second half. Falcons want to feel like they shut them out. In through lower, missed shot for Torshi, who has a chance to get involved there early. The aggression into upper tunnels is denied as well, so that's 2 separate opening plays falling flat for MOUZ.
This chase for NiKo is really good timing, and I think he knows it as well. Torshi is completely repositioned. If NiKo just walked out right now, he'd have the whole map. Clearing angles, pinpoint precision that we expect from NiKo. Is he just going to find the AWP lackadaisical on the long side? Missed shot for NiKo, but the space is clear. Falcons have taken it.
Yeah, this is a real heads-up intuition play out of NiKo. This is what he brings to the table for this Falcons squad. It secures them control over this site, and with it a 5-on-4.
And how can you blame Falcons for making that move? Because MOUZ are so terrified of long. It's been taken all half long. Of course they reposition and stack 2 players there. It's a perfect read, and we already know who's going to win this round, but MOUZ have to give it a go.
Jimmy with 1, it's just time is a big problem right now for MOUZ. They need kills and they need them quick. Can Brolin provide? He's cut down straight away. And now we're teetering very, very close to a runaway half out of the Falcons, starting this semi-final strong.
going to do the thing I need you all for a beautiful photo opportunity. So we're about to dip the lights. You guys know what's coming. Get those phones ready to go, please. It's going to be beautiful. Open them all up, come on. Please do it. Yeah, look at that. Here we go, guys. Let's make this great again. Let's go.
Please ensure your phone is muted during the session.
Already muted after a break.
Of course. Floor app policy. This wellness check-in has been scheduled after you declined a department move to finance and fraudulence earlier this year. Distractions acknowledged. Your records do show you've been underperforming in your aura disposal duties. Exceeding the aura cap imposed by Floor M must be proving stressful for you.
Aura disposal denied.
Your aura levels are concerningly high for your station. Luckily, your colleague's work is ensuring that your team's aura
Will return to net zero by the end of the cycle. Aura disposal successful.
The board is thrilled.
With your department's consistent presence, they hope you'll be around.
For a long time. Before we end the session, we've produced a photo of your Outies family for you to enjoy at your workstation. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Oh, and Jimmy, please refrain from locking the break room door whilst inside. It is a communal area.
I haven't been logging it.
The room is monitored 24 hours a day.
In a matchup that was meant to all be MOUZ, Team Falcons have come through and swept the floor with them. 9-3 in that first half. MOUZ don't make a dent, they barely make a squeak. Falcons, we knew the rise was inevitable. We knew they'd be at the top eventually, but was it meant to start so soon? Or can MOUZ come back in this match?
They got a tall task ahead of them. And it would have to start here in the pistol. Up until now, Kickstand and Co have been calling rings around the MOUZ squad, and now it's their time to set the pace behind this T pistol. Active stance over towards mid. Falcons play for mid control, and Spinks is on the chopping block. He falls early. Now lower control taken. That bomb coming in late could cost them everything. Magisk in the meantime going to strip away at the offensive. And Brolin does get past m0NESY in the tunnels. For now, they have control over the site, but that bomb might never get planted. Brolin running in. They're going to go on this tap. They're going to make their move, surely. They know right now he's committed. They try to swing through. Jimmy's got his work cut out for him. And Falcons play it to perfection.
And Tess's again, just top of the team, putting on a stellar showing in this Falcons jersey. Coming through with 3 kills in the pistol round. He was the playmaker yesterday. He's done it again here in this semi-final. Great move for Falcons to just crunch on that tap. Stick or not, there's nowhere to go for MOUZ. MOUZ have nothing to play with.
The idea there's like one buy left in this game for the MOUZ squad is so mad. Falcons are looking to repeat the scoreline they opened their quarterfinal with over Gamer Legion.
But this is not Gamer Legion. Where is the firepower is the question. Spinks 2-9. Torshi couldn't connect a single shot on that AWP in the last half. He had his opportunities. That's a nice one though. Opened up for Brolin. Could they do something with this?
Nico dead as well. That's at least a plant, but can you sweeten the deal here? Weren't supposed to even make it this successful. Plant now found. Deagle for Jimmy. Torshi back of the site on the M4, but sitting bottom of the board. Torshi dead insta. Jimmy chased down. No room, no respect.
The jump at the crosshair, such a nice little detail to get all the information. They figure out both players are inside of the site. There's nowhere to go. Get him out. Security. That's what I'm talking about, Melbourne. This is it, MOUZ. If you were going to show up today, it's now or it's never. Falcons, 11-3 up. m0NESY on the AWP. Torshi, do something.
Well, m0NESY wants to make his play at the start of this round. Aggressive over towards Catwalk. He will move in, but m0NESY makes moves behind it. Util deployed,
wow.
And there's the saving grace, Nico. Big brother watching on, making sure m0NESY don't get caught over on short.
Oh, out of nowhere, Torshi. A quick shot to take down the captain of Falcons, but that will not slow the roll. Nico already makes his move. He knows where he thinks it's ending up. Two players per site here for the Falcons. Spinks contacting in, made for these kind of lurk plays, made for these kind of kills, but Magisk has a great position.
Spinks still yet to land in this semi-final. Gets past Magisk on the opening short.
Nico at car.
Nico lies in wait, and you've seen him have success from this position already. First kill comes through, Spinks looking the wrong way. It's up to Torshi now, and that all misses. Nico hoping to collect will hit the mark. And that Nico bait play in at car very quickly becoming a classic for the Falcons. Just Jimmy left up against it, 15 seconds. There is no winning this round. That was the one rifle round that MOUZ get to play.
They're coming for him.
So when Falcons did this day one over Gamer Legion, you thought it was down to the nerves, the difference in experience. But MOUZ got out of that stage slumber, that stage stupor that you've seen them in for a long time. Started to get to grips with the pressures of the stage. Falcons right now, the better team. Timeout called in.
And what can you even say at this point, right? There's no coming back in this game. It feels, despite all the comebacks we've had, a little bit too far gone. More about just getting your head back in this map, trying to warm up, feel like you're playing the same game. And think about Nuke. That's what MOUZ will have to do this right now. Falcons can't do a thing wrong.
So this is it, MOUZ's final round on Dust2.
Oh, he's got the double nades as well.
The captain dead first. And Brolin left to look on as a lifeless MOUZ try and limp back into a 4-on-5. They'll group over in middle. That's where they're going to stake their claim for this final play. Smoke down over towards spawn. Nico is here. But now there is a curtain of safety. Nico tries to blow it open, but it's double smoked. He won't have vision. Magisk from window peppers them up. There's support out of Kicksan. Nico doing big damage, and it's all come crumbling down around MOUZ here. No hero plays to save them. Nico makes his move and plays through this smoke now. Kicksan will be there, still standing at the end of Dust, as Falcons snatch this one away from MOUZ dominantly. From top to bottom, everyone is firing on all cylinders for the Falcons. Will this be another lesson in destruction from the Falcons, or can MOUZ bounce back?
Melbourne, are you ready for a good game? I think it's about time. Nuke map 2, Falcons with Dust in their pocket. And MOUZ have been cut right open. Sinking into their seats after a dismal debut. And Falcons bring the heat, they bring the flash, they bring the pace. m0NESY straight into the lobby. It's all a bit of a ruse. MOUZ want to pop top. Falcons seem prepared.
You tell in, here's the hit. Magisk going to open, full blind. Still good for more. Bit of help from Kicksan up from the heavens. Falcons still in control here. Bomb plant will come through. That gives MOUZ something to play with, but they've got to stop this spill out from the heavens. Right now, they can't get a leash back on. The Falcons squad, they ice out them out of the back of the site. Torchy will get run through. And Falcons pick up right where they left off.
The winning ways are going nowhere fast here for the Falcons. I mean, we always knew this organization, this team was destined to be good, destined maybe even to be great, but I thought we'd have some patience before that fact. Falcons have come in swinging in Melbourne. And dare I say, with the form we've seen from this team in the 3 maps on the big stage, they certainly could be a threat to Vitality. MOUZ buy up, try and do what Falcons did to them back in the first half of Dust2. A force that can have serious ramifications if Falcons drop the ball here. MOUZ attempt to seize that opportunity. Dry outside, no smokes. And with the lack of movement, MOUZ gets out of dodge. It's only NiKo tasked with holding down this position. He doesn't know how many numbers, the sheer entirety of MOUZ in the yard, moving deep.
NiKo gonna open. MOUZ will get caught, but NiKo's still rolling, still killing, and there's Kicksan to help him out.
The firepower is undeniable, but your captain's not supposed to put up numbers like this.
And you know, MOUZ and NiKo might be the intrigue duo of this squad, but tethered at the hip on these CT halves, you have NiKo and Kicksan. Love playing off of one another. Feels like their approach is very, very similar, and there's that look down the line shared between them. Kicksan knows they did a good job.
Yeah, he's not going to be far from NiKo on this CT side, right? NiKo in the yard, Kicksan often indoor, helping out on main side. They really will be tethered together. MOUZ getting pulled apart, pistols going 1 by 1 in this round. Exertion, player we've not even spoke about in this series, has given us no reason to. Need some brutal entry work from him outside if he's going to turn the tides of this matchup. Also Spinks, 3rd highest rated player of this tournament coming into the game today. Didn't even offer a dent back on Dust.
Ooh. I mean, there's no doubting NiKo is feeling it right now. And you would hate to be in the server against this guy. 2 kills deep, just flexing on the pistols.
They're just loving it. They're just having a grand old time, laughing every single round. Not stressed in the slightest are Falcons. MOUZ are going to have to do something unbelievable if they can win this series from this point. Falcons are running on vibes alone. Full buy for MOUZ. What has Brolin cooked up?
I mean, you know, if all the games getting them to this point were a test of Falcons' demeanor, steely resilience, now we get to see what it looks like when they're having fun. And that is a scary team to go against. Ooh. Exertion, supposed to have the edge there. NiKo makes it look easy. Tessez won't falter. MOUZ in the right place. Just everything's lining up right now for the Falcons. And Molly gonna force them forward, forces them into Tessez's crosshair. And so this round lives and dies over at ramp, and for MOUZ, it's death.
And if we look at this string of results MOUZ have been having, right, the last 20 games, only 4 losses. Every single loss is to Vitality. That's why we say that they're #2 in the world, solidified, right? Even beating Spirit twice over in those 16 wins. But who was the last team to beat MOUZ? It was Falcons, albeit a different Falcons, a Falcons that required Dexter to pop off back in Romania in the group stage. But win Falcons did. Right now, they are one-upping that to another level. And doing it in the most important of matchups where there's no second chances. where Brolin's got a call from behind when his players aren't performing, when nothing's in the right place. Could this round be something? Exertion through main, catches Magisk off guard, and now a chance for MOUZ.
Kixan gets in there on a perfect timing.
Ouch. I take it back. Couldn't be easier. They line up, and they fall down.
For the Falcons, like the path into that final was predetermined. They can't set a foot wrong.
And come on, we're all enamored by the idea of watching this team in this form take on Vitality, right? They have to battle through the Mongols. It's not going to be an easy fight with the form we saw from Mongols yesterday. But if Vitality can do it against his Falcons with a Grand Slam on the line, with a sold-out arena, I'd say that's a bloody good Sunday.
That's a lot of damage, even just on the taps through the flashes and the smoke. Spinks offers up something for MOUZ. A double kill like that, but a lot going a long way. And this is a moment the MOUZ have to hold on to. They have not been here many times before.
It looks like a decisive save call. Nothing wrong with that here. Falcons playing for the front, can afford to hold on and respect their opponent in one moment in this matchup. Maybe the first moment they've done so. But nice entries out of Spinks. First time he's really had his say in this series. 20 rounds deep.
I think you're dead on. I mean, that's one of the first rounds that MOUZ have had to earn without a massive individual effort, right? When you think back to that previous map, rounds put forth by Exertion when he didn't get cleared, or Jimmy with a hulking individual effort over towards B. That was really how they had to find everything. So here, just the top site hit, good util to bring them in. Cool. Finally, something goes their way.
They still need to channel that, build off it. Can't be a one and done. Falcons have the economic advantage. Oh, Exertion heard that. Nico. You can see the motor mouth on the camera. Nico moves back and Exertion tries to come through on this A-split. Distraction put in place. Exertion finds the pick.
Follow up out of Exertion, who follows through on the openings. MOUZ from the heavens is locked out here. That's very convincing. But surely that's where the ball stops. Exertion, 3 kills to make this round happen. Don't let it be in vain. Tries to go for more. Has greed just got the better of Exertion? Low HP on MOUZ. But he looks determined. They want to go for this. They've been given a reason to believe in this retake. 4v2 for MOUZ as that bomb made it in. And one overextension from Exertion. MOUZ with another! This kid's real good! Just Brolin left to be! But that serves as a poignant reminder to MOUZ. No round is safe. Nothing is granted. Nothing's guaranteed. MOUZ so close in that clutch attempt.
And it would have felt crazy to lose out after Exertion gives you this triple entry in just seconds on that top side. Perfect split. He knew he caught the timing. His team still play for him. They run out hot before he makes his contact. It's a perfect sell to set up Exertion for the entries, and he delivers on all fronts. It was about time. Crazy that Brolin just re-swings in that 1v1. But humbling MOUZ for even just a moment.
We're hitting a point where we might finally have a game on our hands here in this semi-final, though, right? That's 2 in a row for MOUZ. And sure, they nearly gave that last one away, but holding on. If they're able to go on a bit of a streak here, this was something we didn't get to see from them on Dust2. They left themselves with no room in that map.
Yeah, game's in their hand now, right? T-side Nuke, you're going to be able to call your own plays. You're going to be able to set up your riflers to perform. Rather than just be stuck saving like that previous map, where rounds are stripped from you in seconds. MOUZ get to long it out. We We know this team have the depth, they have the staying power. We saw them get 30-0 in a grand final and still make it 5 maps. So it would be a mistake for Falcons to count it out. Can MOUZ keep on coming? Pushing outside, Nico spots that split into main as well, but there's a second layer to the lurk. The AWP fires off, and suddenly MOUZ are in the server. Suddenly MOUZ have something to say.
Deja vu, we've seen this one before. MONASY in the clutch, but this time AWP on the line. That's the bomb. Oh my God, they do hold on to it. Oh, MOUZ.
They'll take it.
They are eking out these round wins. They're starting to get the better of Nico out in the yard. Slowly but surely, MOUZ are getting the ball rolling on this T side. And that round, as a departure, was very, very clean. Outside of this one fight that takes place out in the yard, it was in MOUZ's pocket. Money starting to run out for the Falcons. MOUZ trying to chase that lead and tie this game up.
Honestly, got to put this AWP to use. The second wall for MOUZ coming in. Smokes land and the nades used by Falcons. They at least read it, but that first wall was still up. They're not going to get any info on MOUZ crossing down secret. Exertion makes it. But is this yet again a ruse here for MOUZ? This top site's been good to them. They move away from it now. Double lower. Crossfire is nice. MOUZ will meet Xertion down lower eventually. He makes the first move. Nico ready to trade Kixan at a moment's notice.
Yeah, it's that tether again between Kixan and Nico. Ramp play coming in the meantime. Kixan will get dealt with, but there's that 1-2 punch, and Tessez did not falter over towards ramp. MOUZ now don't like what they see at lower. They've got info that 2 players are down there, and so going to have to go back to the drawing board here.
This is a really nice mid-round call, but I think Nico's realizing it. He's cleared outside entirely, and they know that they haven't gone down lower to B, so this stack on A is coming, and MOUZ are just moving in.
Nico's got a real killer instinct, right? That rotate out, perfect awareness to be in the right place. Now links up with MONASY in the top side. That AWP battens down the hatches. Brolin on this lock-in through main is held, and MONASY lays waste to the hub push. Can't get a handle on Spinks, but a dead man for sure as he is trapped in this coffin at the heart.
What a move from Falcons. Great realization what's going on there. Nico.
Yo!
He's back. And what a shot for MOUZ. He's been kind of a body shot merchant in these couple of games we've seen on the stage, having some widths here and there, but he just nailed Brolin with a headshot up heaven on that flank. That's what MOUZ are waiting for. And MOUZ does not let this site go down for free. Still not panic stations for MOUZ. One more rebuy on this T side.
Yeah, there's still that chance for MOUZ to do good on the 3-round streak. Still that chance for them to have a fighting chance in this second half, a chance to drag out this semi-final that much longer. But it hinges on finding success here. Otherwise, this could be a runaway CT half for the Falcons. And that 3-round streak all in vain. Now towards yard they go. Nico this time is more active out there. No longer going down secret. Instead, that's entrusted to Kixan. Nico lies in wait.
I like this change of position where it's classic Nico angle, but he's often been in main, just getting split, caught on awkward timings. Exertion's going for the hard clear again. How does he read him? Perfect move from Exertion. These entries are coming in and they are making a difference.
Honestly, he was going to vent drop, but he reconsiders, right? Kixan still has control over secret, can still play on a timing here. Tessez just has to watch the extremity of heaven, and they even throw Magisk up here as well.
So prepared.
They are ready for this heaven split. Kixan just can't move too soon, but he's showing great awareness of the space he has over towards secret. They are ready for the push in through the heavens. They have 2 players here ready to shut this down. MOUZ know they've been outmaneuvered, they've been outpositioned, and now Kickstand really makes that clear. They're getting chewed up, they don't know where to look. Every corner, death waits. MOUZ get picked apart. That was a must-win round. They had all the space. But Falcons had the info, had the read. And now this CT side, it's about to start spiraling out of control. MOUZ, their hope on Nuke kicked aside with that round going against them.
Don't tell me we have another 9-3. Don't tell me MOUZ crumble yet again. It felt like there was an opportunity. Falcons are stripping it away, poking, prodding, probing. MOUZ left sore.
Come on, Tess says they want to know.
I do.
Tess's might be about to get a hell of a mow down here as they shamble out through round. Oh, dead instantly.
We're on.
Never mind. That's the lowest site open. Bomb plant available, MOUZ. This would be one hell of a way to retake their footing in this game.
Let's go.
On a tear. Where's this come from?
Had enough.
Confident look out of the captain. And that's inspired the ranks, but here's Kickstand trying to make them regret it. There's two players trapped out here in front of him. Flash to tee him up for this fight. Kickstand finds another. MOUZ came close in the clutch last time. Can he stick the landing the second time around? Bomb out in the open, that's the info. MOUZ knows where both players are. The alarm bells are ringing. Jimmy's feeling the pressure. Swing it out. It's all MOUZ, the $1 million man. Actually, that's multi-million dollars.
Worth every penny. Perfection is not cheap. And MOUZ just feels like the perfect player. That double door swing forced the re-swing on the site. Don't know why that player went early. They tried to peek together, but that just gave MOUZ the info. He wins an unwinnable round, keeping Jimmy 0-9. And this guy doesn't break a sweat.
Are you listening, Valve?
Oath.
This is now a couple of awkward swings and misses for MOUZ. The burden of being unable to stop MOUZ in that clutch weighs heavy on their shoulders. One last buy in this half. One last chance to shoot for a fourth. It's not much, but they'll take what they can get at this point in the game, putting a stop to MOUZ on a roll. Nico lights out and Kickstand with every read in the book. That tether got a little too close between Nico and MOUZ, and Kickstand rather.
I like this. The top hits have been good. Exertion's typically been in yard. He's going to be entering with his pack. MOUZ coming in hard.
Magisk dropping in, sends himself into that fight. Faith that his team can withstand it, but the util destroys Kickstand's position. Volleyed out is Tessez in the heavens, and Falcons will be caught scrambling. MOUZ is still in this. It's another attempt at this retake on the top site for MOUZ. Tessa's ready to play out a little later as MOUZ's making a lot of noise. Moving up into the heavens, he's going to link up with Tessez. They've got util to make this happen. That's the info for MOUZ. Now they all look towards the heavens. This is them shooting for a fourth, and they will get it. Jimmy finally gets on the board with 4, and that's how MOUZ might have just saved this first half. We're either witnessing the birth of the team that could look to challenge the likes of Vitality, or you're about to get one hell of a comeback here. Melbourne, he's still with us!
Day for it. 8-4 in the second map, Falcons full control, but MOUZ still hold hope. A 4K for Jimmy gets him back in this game, and MOUZ need him now more than ever. Every player called upon here in the MOUZ jersey. As Falcons walk the walk, they talk the talk. They've got it all.
NiKo with a P250, that's a scary sight to see out in the yard. And it's one that Torchy won't soon forget. Tapped out of the round to open. His exertion up close, good spot for the dualies, but he's only going to find one. NiKo now makes his play, trying to slip in through main. Spinks will get the better of him. In comes Brolin, but that's a missed opportunity. Spinks is the rock. He'll keep that one safe, keep it in check. MOUZ find a pistol, trying to reignite some hope in this second half.
And that might just be it. A confident pistol despite an ugly 4v5. And MOUZ land it. It's going to be a long way to recover this game, but it will at least start with a near full eco from the Falcons, just Eagles. Maybe shouldn't just say just after everything we've seen in these kinds of rounds. Falcons have made them interesting. But Jimmy, often reliable, often dependable in this position. He's going to have to be. 4 players come his way. The pistol's out. He's getting desperate right now. Where's the support? Xerxia moving in, dropping the bomb, and safeguarding this round. MOUZ are here to play. They won't go down silently. They want their say in this semi-final.
And you can see the demeanor has changed a little for the Falcons.
You were saying?
That made me forget everything. Demeanor's changed a bit for the Falcons, hasn't it, right? No longer all laughs and smiles when they're giving up these rounds. They know this is a bit of a harder time in this second half with the pistol and the conversion for that MOUZ squad. Now they could lay a lot of worries to rest by picking up this round right now. Up against a couple of SMGs, scraping together a buy themselves. They'll lean out towards the yard. Tessez and NiKo left to their own devices over here with smokes going down. NiKo's going to start crossing. The rest of Falcons waiting back in the lobby. Adjustments there for MOUZ. They dropped 2 down lower. And they saw those outside smokes, so they are here to try and deal with NiKo. But in theory, dealing with this guy, put 2 players on him, should be fine. It's just he's real quick. There's the first. Always going to cost you something. Spinks lays out the sacrifice for that trade.
Hey, he read the repeat better than Exertion, who pulled his knife after that kill in the same engagement, but not meant to be. Let's keep it interesting, but Tessis finds an entry, and we know this guy is the tip of the spear for Falcons. Double kill into top sight, and this is a wash. Forget about your first buy round now. It's been put to bed.
I mean, that's just like a nice adaptation of a usual round that Falcons like to play, right? It's not uncommon to see NiKo left out in the yard on his lonesome. When their smokes went down and he takes contact first over at lower, that makes you discount the yard, right? You think that NiKo is the yard lurker. And so Tessa's just given open runway to go and fight through main. Xerxia and Jimmy just got to save. Sit here in the silence, come to terms with it, that this first rifle round belongs to the Falcons.
Gold? Do MOUZ have an answer? Do they want to force the play? It's been pretty passive so far in this series for MOUZ on these CT sides. Didn't really make any moves on Dust2. Let the game kind of pass them by.
It's interesting, right? Because Nico said coming into this semi-final series, we know how to play against them. We know to watch for the early aggression. We know to watch for those opening moves. And you wonder if MOUZ saw that and it spooked them out of going for it. They've been at the mercy of the Falcons throughout this game. Nico makes it across. That's a big problem. They have no idea. Torshi moving in, but Nico is on this line and he doesn't miss those up. Torshi's dead. 5v4 claimed, and this is, you know, the kind of golden buy for MOUZ. This is the one where they're fighting to keep this semi-final going. It starts off in dire straits, and now they're chasing ghosts. They're looking for Nico out in the yard. And Exertion nearly plays right into his hands. That's a big pickup to find. You deal with Nico. Ooh. But there's still more heads on this beast. Magisk, double opener. Exertion might just have to swing this one wide. A Hail Mary. He's blocked off back in main and no chance to play.
And it's this point that MOUZ might want to look at some flights, figure out their path home. Falcons a stone's throw away from a grand final. And a MOUZ that are just trying to hold on, prolong or delay the inevitable. 10 rounds on this T side. Guns are good, exits are found, but saves allowed, still under question. Double peek in main, removes Jimmy. And Falcons sweeten the deal.
The last timeout for MOUZ.
Desperate. Great entries from Magisk as well. Had a far better game here on Nuke. Was a rock on that top site. Now breaking it open in the T side as well. MOUZ's final timeout comes to a close. No more input from Cyclone. No more Calm, just Storm for Falcons.
MOUZ have made the decision to force around that save. They have gone all in. And so they're staking their claim to this semi-final here and now. This is the round, the hill they've elected to die on. Is it a valiant last stand? Or a desperate grasp at redemption? Slow from the Falcons in response to that timeout. They're expecting a change. They were expecting some movement here from the MOUZ squad, and that has not happened. Now they set their sights on some ramp control with Tessez leading the charge. Jimmy in this corner was quiet all throughout that first half. Heading into round 12, he had 0 kills. Finally got on the board, but he'll get silenced here in this all-important buy for the MOUZ squad. Ramp is lost. Falcons move in.
And this opens so many options. They can drop lower, they can fake it out, they can go back up top side, even split hell. It's the fear for MOUZ of where Falcons will go. The gamble is appropriate. 2 on this B bomb site. Falcons creeping in. But even then, doubt enters the ranks. MOUZ taking a look at that top site. They're not certain, they're not assured. They need to be decisive in this 4v5, or this one will slip by. Magisk finds yet another entry kill. Bomb getting planted and no denial from Brolin.
Oh, this is so rough. I mean, if you even...
They're not even in this round.
You even stick around here, this is all coming from desperation. It's 3v5. Every day of the week you should be thinking about saving. But the big ticket items got lost trying to defend that lower site. Only one gun looking to get saved out of the round. Maybe Torshi can find another.
It's just how clean these rounds have been for Falcons in this series. It's the same as yesterday. It's not like it's coming down to clutches or crazy moments of, you know, late round individual moments. It's just 2 entries and a save. It's Dust2 all over again. It's train from yesterday. MOUZ are never in these rounds. when they lose them.
And you know, this is where, sure, Nico and MOUZ are the big primetime duo that you dedicate a lot of the attention to, but it's really neatly bundled under the calls from Kicksan. It feels like no one's been able to get a solid read on the Falcons throughout these playoff games so far.
Yeah, it's a new team, right? To a degree, sure, they still keep some things from the previous roster, MOUZ getting acclimatized. But that just adds more firepower. That adds reliability, familiarity for players like Nico, who have played alongside him for 3 years. And so Falcons, we've said even in these games, it's felt like they've not had to show that much. What lies deep in that strap, but we may not know until a grand final. A grand final, it feels they're rounds away from entering. Entries out ramp yet again, coming cleanly. It's a 2v3, the chaos in the lobby put to bed by Falcons. The bomb is loose, but Spinks is burning alive, and Falcons find match and grand final points. This is happening whether you like it or not. Meet your makers. Meet your villains, and maybe meet your finalists here in Falcons. I think they will.
Pulls her in to send him home. And for MOUZ, a team that lived in the shadow of these strugglesome stage matches for so long, finally looking to get over that. Only doubt Falcons show up and pull it all back into question, show them how it's done. You can feel the fear that MOUZ are going through in this game. Torshi donning this orb. The last time out in the yard. Won't have a part to play yet as the smokes come in. Awkward timing for Jimmy as Falcons get past him. Once more, Jimmy exploited over at ramp to give Falcons a leg up.
Right down B side, no doubt about it for Falcons. They've got some low players. It's a round that MOUZ will have to commit to, but look at the positions. They're nowhere near. They are not in this picture. 5v4, only Spinks anywhere near the objective, and Falcons have planted that bomb. The clock is ticking. MOUZ's lifeline expiring with every single second.
These next few seconds, they'll spend grouping, they'll spend clearing every available angle. MOUZ have got to do the impossible. 4 on 5 in this lower take. A lot of time ticked off that bomb already. Brolin opens the door, but the rest of his team have to follow through. Spinks and Exertion making it look interesting, but here is Kicksan trying to send them into those finals. Just Spinks left to beat, and he does not have the time. The sleeping giant has woken up. Do we finally have that challenger to Team Vitality? Falcons go into the grand finals, their first outing with MOUZ in this squad, and it's so convincing. They've dropped 16 rounds.